Good morning, everybody. Thanks for jumping on with me. My name is Jeremy Jenkins. It's my pleasure to be able to share with you today step 4 of these 10 steps to success. This is a 10 session series that we're going to go through. We've already talked about the first step, which has to do with defining your why and your motivation and why you're here and what it's all about, and just creating that vision that's going to motivate you to keep going when things get tough, right? We talked about step number 2, which is all about creating your list and developing your team and finding ways to find new people to talk to. We talked about step number 3, which is all about setting goals, and setting goals that are realistic and that have to do with you and not what other people do. Because if it's about what other people do, then you could be frustrated because it's on them. But if they're goals that are about you, then it's on you, right? And so now that we've got that baseline established, today we're going to talk about step number 4, which is all about commitment. Okay, so we talk about motivation. Motivation is what gets you started, but commitment is what keeps you going. All right, that's the main thing that happens. I see a lot of people start out strong. I see a lot of people that go through the first 3, right? They define their why, they're excited, they're like, okay, yes, I'm going to do this. This is going to be fun. They start talking to people, they start creating their list, they start sharing and everything. They start setting some goals and stuff, but then it starts to get hard, right? They kind of go through their warm list, they've talked to their friends and family, and they've set some goals, and maybe they're getting some some no's, right? They're getting people telling them, and nope, not interested. And that's where this step right here, step number 4, comes into play. Okay, because if you're not committed, then that's when people will drop out, right? A lot of people will say, oh, I'll give it a month or 2, I'll see how it goes, I'll just give it a try, I'll see if it works and whatever. If people start that way, if they have this idea that I'm just going to kind of put my toe in the water, I'm just going to try it out, it's likely they're going to quit. It's likely they're not going to continue. Okay, so step number 4 is so critical because it really is about sticking with it. Okay, motivation what gets you started, but commitment is what's going to keep you going. And think of it like this: it is a promise. It's a promise, right? I promise to be faithful. It's just like getting married, okay, or having that relationship, a familial relationship where you commit to something. Okay, I promise to love you, to take care of you, and to respect you in good and evil, right? In wealth and in poverty, in sickness and in health. Okay, every day of my life. That's what you got to do. You have to promise. You have to commit to this adventure we're going on. You have to say, yes, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to do it. Even when I'm tired, even when I get sick, even when I'm not feeling like it, right? Even when, life happens to me, okay? We got to stick with it because it's a commitment. It's a promise. All right. Now, here's a confession. All right. I like this little meme here that I found. It said, please be aware that I am totally committed to remaining fully uncommitted to commitment. That's how a lot of people do it, right? That's how they start out. They're, yeah, I'm committed. Yeah. But no, when I started doing this, I thought about it, right? And I said, okay, yes, I love my business. I love what I'm doing. I'm excited to be here. Okay. And love is a commitment, and it requires me to be involved, right? So I ask, am I committed or am I just involved, right? There's a big difference between being committed and being involved with my business. So here's a hint. This morning, before preparing to participate in this meeting, for breakfast, I sit down to a plate that contains the following foods. All right, we got our bacon, we got our eggs. Okay, delicious. All right, well, before I eat, I kept thinking, and I said to my wife, there are two animals represented here, right? Which animal do you think is the one that is involved and which one is committed, right? So she looks me in the eye, and despite the timing and the situation, she tells me without hesitation and with affection, the chicken is involved, but the pig is committed. Okay, that's the difference here. All right, that's what we need to understand. Which one are you? We need to be the pigs, guys. If you're just involved, then it's almost like you're being forced, right? You're forced, or you're just encouraged to do a thing, and when you finish it, you leave because you don't feel like you're actually, part of the whole project, right? But if you're committed, you are excited to do something. You do it because you feel involved to the fullest, and you only stop doing it when you decide to. Okay, so that's the difference. We need to be fully committed to what we're doing here. Now, here's my personal declaration. Me, Jeremy. Okay, I, Jeremy Jenkins, am committed to my business. How about you? Ask yourself, are you serious about this? Because if you are, you will have success. Okay, these are 10 steps to success. Completely optional, right? We're not forcing anybody here. Okay, we're just saying, all we're saying is, if you want to have success, if you, in step number 1, you defined your why. You said, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm so excited. This is how I'm going to change people's lives. This is how I'm going to change my lifestyle. This is how I'm going to become financially free, whatever it was, right? And you go through the specifics. If you did that, okay, well, then you got to do all 10 steps, right? There are 10 steps for a reason, and they're not always easy. They're not going to be easy, okay? Yeah, it's simple, okay? It's simple 10 steps to do, but they're not always easy. And that's why we say, get motivated with your why, set your goals, right? And do all the things, but then commit, decide that you're going to be here a year from now. Decide you're going to be here 5 years from now, okay? Because that's what it takes. But if you do it, you will have success. If you do it, you will achieve your why. If you stay committed, it will happen. It's a guarantee. It's a mathematical formula that if you do it for long enough, and if you do it correctly and you follow the 10 steps, you will have the success. Okay, it will happen. It's a guarantee. All right. Those that don't achieve that success, it's because they quit. Right? That is so important to understand. Okay, there's no failure. There's only quitters. That's the big difference. If you quit, yeah, you're not going to succeed. If you stick with it, it will happen. All right. So what does that mean? It means getting on at least one Zoom call per week, right? That's what it means. It means jumping on the different various presentations that are going on, and there's a lot of them, okay? A lot of things going on during the week that you can jump on, okay? It also means doing the in-person meetings. Yeah, I know, a lot of people are saying, but I'm so comfortable just doing it online now, right? The in-person meeting, isn't that old school, right? Well, you know what? There's something to be said about old school. There really is. There's something to be said about just simply getting together with people in a room and talking and sharing and just being together. So I recommend this, right? But it needs to be something duplicatable. All right. The big mistake is that people think, or they assume, that they have to go do it at like a hotel or somewhere that's going to cost money, right? No, you don't have to do that. You could do it in your home. Okay. Just get local people around where you live and have them come and listen to a presentation in your home. Just, have snacks there or whatever. Have them come over. Or if that's not possible, maybe, meet up at a Starbucks or who knows where, right? Just somewhere where you can meet up and actually be together with some your team, right? Your core leaders, right? I'm not talking about doing a full-blown presentation here. I'm just talking about getting together with your core people, getting together with the people around you, and having that one-on-one togetherness, talking about the business. Okay, it's important to do, right? And okay, maybe weekly, complete. That might be hard for some people, but as often as possible to get together and just see each other and talk. Okay, even if it's maybe just one person, right? Just going out with one of your business partners for lunch, okay, and sitting down and just talking about it and answering questions and all that. So important. Okay, then of course monthly events, right? And of course, that depends on the company, right? A lot of times those are corporate sponsored events to do that. And so, of course, that's something that will definitely be happening. But yeah, that, if the company says, hey, we're doing a big old event, right? You want to be there. You want to be part of that. If it's local, great. If you can get there, awesome. Most of the time they'll stream them, right? Most of the time it'll be on a Zoom or whatever, and you can watch it, from afar. But always go to any kind of monthly event that's going on, so that you can see what's happening, all the latest stuff. You can feel the passion that's happening, right? With all the people that are there. Is so important to plug into those. Don't miss them. Don't skip them. Okay. I know, again, life happens and things happen and stuff. And there's, sometimes we have real serious situations. We can't make it to some of these things. But again, these are 10 steps to success. And the more you follow these 10 steps, the more you commit to these kinds of things, the faster that success will come. Okay. It's like I said, mathematical formula. You do it, you come to the events, you go to the Zooms, you do in-person meetings, and next thing you know, it's just going to start magically happening, right? And it's not magic. Okay, it's what happened. It's the way the world works. All right, so stick to it and go to the monthly events. And then here's the other key thing: be contacting daily. If you're committed, you're going to contact daily, right? You're going to talk to people in person, you're going to call them, and you're going to reach out on social media daily. Okay, repeat that enough. Daily. Okay, every day you should be talking to someone about your business. Now, it doesn't always have to be prospecting. Okay, don't confuse that. I would say a good mix is an 80-20. The 80-20 rule of 80% prospecting, 20% talking to your team, right? Talking to your leaders, talking to your people, and training them, answering their questions, following up, all that kind of stuff, right? But 80% brand new. 80%, hey, have you heard of this? Here's a video, right? Hey, what are you doing in your life? Would you like to have some more financial freedom? Would you like to travel and see the world? Hey, check out what I'm doing. This is really fun, right? Here's a little short, 1-minute video. Boom, you send it. Okay. So every day you can decide, right? We talked about in step number 3 about setting the goals. And so you can decide what that means for you. You're going to contact 5 people a day, 10 people a day, whatever it is. All right. But set a goal, set that goal and do it every day. And then take some time to do personal development. Okay. This is so important, because Mr. Jim Rohn, if you've ever heard Mr. Jim Rohn, he is amazing. And I remember one of the things that really stuck with me that he taught all the time was this idea of, if you want to have $1 million, you need to be $1 million person. And how do you become $1 million person? Well, through personal development, right? You read these books, or you listen to these books if you have them on audio, right? Or you go on YouTube and you listen to them on YouTube, and they're just all over the place. And it doesn't cost anything. Like, literally, you can find any of this stuff for free. Okay, you just get on YouTube or get on, whatever social media, you can find them. Okay, they're not hard to find. Or, if you want to invest in your own personal library, buy them, right? Get them and have them there. You got to do it. You got to be that $1 million person. We've all heard the stories. We all know, right? The people that win the lottery, what happens? more than 80% of people that win the lottery are broke within 5 years. Why? Because they don't know what to do with the money. They just go spend it all, right? And it's just gone. Okay. They never became that $1 million person. But a millionaire that goes out and loses all his or her money, they can usually go back and become a millionaire again. Why? Because they learned, because they became a $1 million person. So important. Go and do personal development and stick to it, right? And learn new things every single day. Improve your skill set and become that successful person. All right, be a product of the product, right? You want to use the product. You want to be able to, try it out. You want to be able to do your own testimonial. Hey, I saved so much money. Hey, I went here and we had a great time, and look how much money I saved. Hey, I tried these, physical products and they helped me to lose weight, or they gave me energy, or whatever, right? Be a product of the product is so important. It's not good enough to say, hey, so and so saved money on their trip, or so and so used this product, and hey, look how much weight they lost, right? That's good, and it can help in the beginning, but you want to have your own testimony. You want to have your own personal experience, because when you're talking to people, you're going to be way more passionate when you can share your own experience and how cool it was, right? And what it did for you. And they can hear it in your voice, right? They can hear how sincere you are when you have become a product of the product, right? That's also part of being committed. And then, of course, we want to treat it like a business. Treat your business like a business, and it will pay like a business. But if you treat your business like a hobby, it will cost you like a hobby. Okay. So do that. Treat it like a business. Treat it like something serious, right? This is not something I'm just going to do a little bit here and there, my part-time, as a hobby, and see how it goes. No. If you do that, you're going to take a lot longer to find success than if you actually treat it like a business, take advantage of all the things that come with treating it like a business. For example, the tax write-offs and some of the other things, right? And truly understand the benefits that come with treating it as a business. Okay, and then just on your honor. This is what it comes down to. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you set it in has left you. Okay. You just stick with it. You got to keep going. When you make a commitment, you're giving your word and putting your honor on the line. And if you make a commitment, honor it. If you make a promise, keep it. If you set a goal, achieve it. My friends, commitment. Stick to it, Stick to itness, right? Not giving up. Okay, that's what champions do, right? You ever seen the Rocky movies, right? How does Rocky always win in his fights? He just never gives up, right? I mean, the guys, Rocky 4, and the dude was way stronger than Rocky. You ever seen that one? Way more powerful. But what made Rocky the champion is he kept getting up and he kept going even after taking all the punches, right? That's what we see. Champions are those that just keep doing it. They keep going. They keep getting back up. They keep going no matter what. They never quit. So I hope that you will take it on your honor to commit, to stick with this, to define your why, to create your list and start talking to people, to set your goals, and then commit to yourself that you will be here a year from now. You will be here 5 years from now or 10 years from now. You will stick with it, and you will continue to share that passionate, hey, I love this thing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm all about every single day from now until you've made it, right? And whatever that means, you're retired on a beach with, $10 million in the bank. Okay, great. But don't give up. Keep going. And I promise you will find that success you always wanted. So with that, we're going to end today. Thanks so much for jumping on. And we will see you next week on step number 5, which is all about that personal development we talked about. So have a great Saturday, and we'll see you then. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Jeremy.